Today we're going to be talking about world bosses. So before I start this, there's going to be timestamps in the description below. So you could skip around this to get to various sections. And if you're not in it already, I highly suggest joining the boss Discord. That'll be in the description below as well. That's this boy right here. It'll tell you when bosses are in window and when they aren't. So you can see when they spawn, and then you'll get boss notifications over here. As well as the boss status. So if something's still alive, people will call it out over here. As you can see, Nuver was the last one to die. Shows you the order it's all killed. Very, very useful. Helps to do this. Highly suggest if you plan on doing bosses that you do that. What are world bosses? World bosses are bosses that periodically spawn that can give you great loot. Once a boss hits window, which is what I was showing earlier, it has a chance to spawn anytime within that window. It could spawn 1 second in. It could spawn at the very last second. And it's complete RNG. There's no way to know. That's why I suggest you join their Discord so you could see when a boss is in window and move your alt over there accordingly. You want to start doing world bosses as soon as possible for the chance to get boss drops. Even though it seems like it's very minimal, I personally have gotten Dandy from Karanda, Begs from Beg, and Kudum from Kudum, all when I wasn't expecting it. So the sooner you start doing those, the sooner you have a chance to start getting the boss drops. On top of that, even if you don't get the boss drops, you still get amazing money. So let's say you go over to Beg and you don't get Begs. Well, you still have a chance to get an awakening box. You're still going to get a lot of black stones. You're still going to get hunter seals. You're still going to get a lot of ingots, gold ingots. So you're going to get a lot of silver from that. You're going to get crystals potentially as well. So you can make a lot of money from boss alts. And it's a great way to take a break from grinding as well as life skilling. And to, of course, try to get the boss gear. So to set up your boss alts, I highly suggest you use a boss alt first of all. Because if you die at a world boss, you will lose experience, and if you have any gems, they will break. So setting up a boss ult is highly preferred. I suggest using a witch or a wizard, because witches and wizards have 3 things going for them. 1, you have teleport, which helps you escape a lot of the boss mechanics that can one-shot you. 2, you have range, so that means you can also escape a lot of the boss mechanics, and it's a lot easier to do damage because you're not getting hit by the boss. And then 3, you have heals, which help a lot. For armors, you're going to want the Gyarian set right here. It gives you +3 attack speed and cast speed at base of 3 parts. And then if you ultimate your main hand, you'll get the 4th level of attack and cast speed, so it puts you just 1 off of cap. So without any crystals or foods, you'll be at 4 attack speed. For accessories, you're going to want the Azula set, which is pretty easy to grind. You just go over to Helms for the earring and ring. You go to Abandoned Iron Mine for the necklace, and you go over to Elrix for the belt. And then for the chest, you can just throw on whatever. I use the Roaring Chest because it gives extra DP and HP and a little bit of accuracy, but I believe world bosses don't have that high of an accuracy requirement, so it's not that big of a deal. Plus, you're playing Witch, most likely, so you have high base accuracies on your skills as well. I highly suggest being proactive and moving your boss alt to a boss which you see as a window that you want to do beforehand, so you can get there earlier and do more damage. So in my case, tree's up within 3 hours. The window has 3 hours left, so I moved my witch over here to Forest of Seclusion just to wait. And where it is right now also allows me to go to Karanda, which has its window start in an hour, and then Beg, but Beg's already dead, so can't really do that one. The priority for bosses should generally be Karanda, followed by Zarka, or Tree, depending on what you need, followed by Beg, followed by Kudum, and then Nuver / Red Nose / Mudster. Those 3 are kind of whatever. So Karanda spawns over here on the ridge, and once again, I'm going to put a location guide in the description below as well. That'll have an imgur for these if you want to just look them up without watching the video again. So Karanda spawns over here on the ridge. Red Nose will spawn over here, right on top of Western Guard Camp. Dim Tree spawns over here at Forest of Seclusion. Beg will spawn over here at the northern plain of Serendia. Mudster spawns over here, right to the south of northern Cianaga, aka Fogan Marsh. Zarka spawns over here, over at Serendia Shrine. And then when we go all the way to the right over here, we have Kudum spawn right over here. And then we have Nuver spawn somewhere in the desert, but I have no idea what that is because I've never done Nuver before. One thing I forgot to mention as well is the auras. if you get 100 of these auras, which is fairly unlikely, but still possible, you can trade them for a box, but you can only do this one time. So let's say you do Kuranda, you get really unlucky, you haven't gotten a single dandy, or you want multiple dandies for, let's say, rerolling to another class or whatever. You can go over and do a quest. I'm not sure where, but this thing should have it. Yep. If you go follow that and you talk to the NPC over there, it'll let you exchange your 100 auras for one box. But you can only do this one time. I believe Pearl Abyss stated that they're looking for another use of these if you've already turned in the box and done the quest. So it's beneficial to hold on to them if you already have the box anyway. That's it for this video, guys. I hope that was helpful for you. If you have any other ideas about what I should do, let me know. Yeah, that's it. I'll see you guys soon.